Knockout Legends in the building. Like, comment and subscribe. So today I want to talk about Joshua Buatsi, and he is having a bout with Dan Aziz, which is coming up soon, which is going to be a good I think it's a light heavyweight bout. But anyway, I'm gonna just unpack a few things after I play this clip. So, with no further ado.
What's your nickname?
I don't have one.
I know, I've noticed that. You haven't got a nickname. You know what I mean? Because they should maybe change. You know, because you look a bit mad with the hair and the beard. Every time, that's why I know when you're on it. You look like that man in the movies when they say, put him in the hole. You know,
There's nothing that I'm doing right now but training.
I know.
So no barbers, there's nothing that I'm required to do. This one, I had to do, but I'm not going to go to the barber just because of this.
Yeah, I know, because I see they got afro as well going on.
I'm trying, man.
You should cut off some and give it to Dwayne. Nah, big up Dwayne still. Big up Sinclair's my guy. This is a big fight. It's a very juicy fight. Yeah. It was just earlier this year when you signed with Boxer and Dan was here. I said, wow, that would be a good fight down the line. You know what? What's your nickname?
I don't have one.
I know, I've noticed that. You haven't got a nickname. You know what I mean? Because they should maybe change. You know, because you look a bit mad with the hair and the beard. Every time, that's why I know when you're on it. You look like that man in the movies when they say, put him in the hole. You know,
there's nothing that I'm doing right now but training.
I know.
So no barbers, there's nothing that I'm required to do. This one, I had to do, but I'm not going to go to the barber just because of this.
Yeah, I know, because I see they got afro as well going on.
I'm trying, man.
You should cut off some and give it to Dwayne. Nah, big up Dwayne still. Big up Sinclair's my guy. This is a big fight. It's a very juicy fight. Yeah. It was just earlier this year when you signed with Boxer and Dan was here. I said, wow, that would be a good fight down the line. It's here now. What's your feelings about that?
People ask me, Spence, did I ever think I was going to fight Dan? And the answer is no. As you know, yeah, if you're the same weight as someone, you keep them at arm's length. But Dan, I never kept at arm's length because I thought if there's one guy I would never fight, if there's two people, Hot Shot my boy and Dan Aziz. That was always my stance. But that was years ago. And even up to this year, I sparred Dan in March. In this same place, when I was given the mic, the first thing I said was, big up Dan Aziz.
Yeah, I was there. I was here.
You see what I'm saying? So did I know I was going to fight him later on? No. Did I want to fight Dan back then? No. But for a final eliminator for the world title, do I want to fight Dan? Absolutely.
You sparred numerous rounds together. Who used to get the better of sparring?
There were many times where I came in and it was easy work. Many times where Dan came in and he probably left thinking that was easy work. Up and down. The sparring session has been too many to say, oh, I won 8 out of 10. Hundreds of rounds, hundreds of rounds. And I never remembered them because I never thought this is someone that I'm going to fight.
Well, I'm not telling you to look over this fight, but last week in the Sky Studios, Anthony Yarde went to the camera.
Your main guy.
And he said, Anthony Yarde said, okay, cool. Anthony Yarde said, after that, he'd like to fight Joshua Buatsi. So what you saying?
He's rubbish, all cap. Rubbish. The thing about your boy is, I saw him, let's say like a month ago. There was none of that energy. We spoke, he never said, oh, you look a bit mediocre, sometimes you look good, sometimes you look bad. There was none of that. Then there's an interview with Warren, and he's got different energy. Rubbish. Who did he fight last week, Spence?
I don't know the guy, but
Thank you very much. I'm fighting Aziz, a credible opponent. So let me handle that, then we can deal with your boy later on.
So that's the fight you want after if you come out victorious?
Winning this fight, I won the world title shot. Why am I going to fight Anthony Yarde? I'm winning a final eliminator. Why am I going to go to fight Yarde when I've grinded to get here, to get through this fight?
But Anthony Yarde, in defense of him, has fought for 2 world titles.
And unfortunately for him, he fell short. So why should I then leave my crack at gold to rock with him? Why would I do that? when I need to also have my crack at gold, then we can rock. It makes sense, you know it.
All right then, but that is a fight that we could see happening in the near future.
Absolutely, it's a fight that must happen next year. Hands down.
Okay.
Hands down.
Okay. Well, I've got 2 more questions. Why are you going to win this fight?
By being myself, by doing what it takes to win. When I'm in there, I'm locked in. We're all working hard. And I said down there in an interview, I'm working hard, but I'm waiting and depending on a favor from God. I don't have any other answer to give you, bro. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm doing my part. I'm sure Dan is working as hard as he can do, but that's what I'm depending on.
Okay. And also, I saw you had knives, was it Knives Not Lives?
Yeah.
Lives Not Knives on your t-shirt earlier. The importance, knowing like what happened last week to the young girl, Eliana Adam. Like, what were your feelings on that?
It was sad, bro. I was in camp. My mom sent me an article. She said this is from Croydon. I said no, it's not. I clicked on it, read it, I couldn't believe it. Very, very sad that such a thing has happened. Spence, knife crime has always been on the rise, even in my time and your time. But back in them days, we had different social clubs and different things we could do. Boxing was the thing that took away my time from being distracted. So if the government or whoever's in charge can make more provisions for these things to take time away, but also educate people. If you go down that road, this is what it leads to. However, if you take the other route, the world's your oyster, man. I used to watch Sky Sports and think, how did you get on Sky Sports? I used to watch the Olympics and think, these guys are superhumans. You're representing a nation at a world event. How do you do that? Thank God I can stand here and say, Spence, I've been to the games. I've been on Sky Sports all the time. I'm very thankful. But it can happen to anyone, not just me.
Joshua Buatsi, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Keep on doing your thing, yeah? Looking forward to you on the 21st, yeah? I'm there. Love, thank you.
So from that clip there, we see Joshua Buatsi getting interviewed by Spencer the Knowledge Fearon on the Stamina for Sale YouTube channel, and he's interviewing him about numerous things. So first and foremost, Joshua Buatsi comes across as proper, positive, and a pretty real individual in the way he comes across in the interview. Spencer tries to ingratiate himself to him and tries to get certain illicit responses pertaining to Anthony Yarde. Now, I would have liked to have seen that fight before Anthony Yarde had the 2 world title fights that he's had. The ones what he had with Kovalev, and then the one that he had with Beterbiev. Now, he fell short in both fights, but he gave a good account of himself. It's just that he lacked that little bit more of an experience. If he had that more of an experience that before those fights, he probably would have beat both opponents. For example, if he had fought Lyndon Arthur before he fought those opponents, I reckon there's a better chance he would have got some experience from that, so he would have known how to deal with a proper boxer counter puncher. Then also, if he'd have fought someone like Craig Richards, or even any of the 2 that are fighting on the 21st of October, which I mean obviously Buatsi and Danny Aziz, then I reckon that would have saw him in good stead more as well. So, you know, for Spencer to like use an interview where Yarde has called him out, he's just doing PR for Tunde, to be fair. And I don't blame him because it's his pals and whatnot. But to be fair, Buatsi doesn't need to even take that fight because he's got, like he said, he's got his fight with Aziz, and Aziz was his friend, and he never thought he'd fight him, and he's a sparred PR round. So it's actually good that we're actually seeing that, because it's like the fight that Crawford had with Porter. They're both friends as well, and they've sparred numerous rounds. So you're kind of going to get a really good fight because both fighters know each other. So when there's something on the line, even though they've sparred and they're friends, that kind of goes out the window when you get like a good battle. So the interview unpacks a few things about knife crime, and he comes across like very, very positive, and he talks about his motivation and what he took to get to where he gets to get to with his boxing, and obviously how he lives and breathes boxing. But one thing or one criticism I can probably give about Buatsi is sometimes in some of the fights he seems like very disinterested. I think he's one of them fighters, he needs somebody that's actually probably like really good to actually raise his attention level to make him want to fight, you know, because he's fought some decent opponents. Because Craig Spider Richards, that was a good bout, and the Bolotnik's fight was okay as well. But apart from that, really, on his resume, there's not really any more people that are really of any note. Pavel Stefian as well, I suppose. But we've been fighting Dan now, Dan Aziz. Dan's got, even though he's had 20 fights, Dan's got a pretty good resume, considering. And he's fought Jose Burton. He's fought Shakan Peters as well. He's fought Rocky Fielding, ex-world champion. And now he's going to be fighting Buatsi. So if he beats Dan, then he's got another good resume on his record. And then if you're going into basically an eliminator, I'm not sure if this is an eliminator for a world title bout, then he's, you know, it's going to serve him in good stead. So I think this is going to be a really good fight, because both guys, they're going to want to give their all and going to want to win. Now, Buatsi's got a record of 17 wins, 13 knockouts, 0 losses. And Dan Aziz has got a record of 20 wins, 13 knockouts, 0 losses. So it's going to be a decent bout, but Aziz is getting on a bit, and he does need to move a little bit more. Where Buatsi, he's still fairly youngish. He's 30, so he's still got time. But I think at some point they need to be challenging for some kind of title, whether it's European or Commonwealth, and then going on to world title fight. But anyway, the light heavyweight division is pretty stacked with decent fighters, especially on the British scene and European scene. So going into the world scene will be pretty hard. But anyway, I wish both fighters well, and for my money, I think Aziz may cause Buatsi quite a few problems, but I'm not 100% sure on at the moment who will win. I'm more swaying to Aziz, because I think he's just got that little bit more about him, because Buatsi sometimes seems negative in certain fights, but that could just be, like I said, the opposition. You need somebody to actually raise his game for. With Buatsi being a taller fighter, he's going to obviously be boxing probably on the back foot or like out range, and obviously Aziz is going to be coming in and storming him and pressuring him. So it will be a decent fight. You know, styles make fights. So anyway, what did you think of the Stamina for Sale interview? Did you think that Buatsi should entertain Yarde, or should he concentrate on what is in front of him with Aziz? Anyway, leave your comments in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. And that is another one from Knockout Legends. Peace.